right, we're loaded up again to do the next stretch of off-road. And Torsten is packing up the bike too over there.
Yeah. Hello.
There we go. We're gonna ride together for a little bit so we can help each other when we fall off, pick up the bike again. This is the reality of us vloggers doing a little video before we hit the road. So we're melting here. It's really warm, and just a kilometer down the road is a ferry. So let's go there, and hopefully we don't have to wait too long. I'm here with
Torsten from the YouTube channel Nur ein Umweg entfernt from Germany.
And I'll show that in the video, guys, so click on that, check it out. And Torsten has been riding on this KTM, right?
No, it's a Husqvarna 701. It's almost the same than a KTM 690 or GasGas 700.
Ah, got it. Right. So my mistake, not a KTM. All right, so where's your trip going from, Torsten?
I start in San Antonio and drive northwards, crossing the Andes, go to Argentina, then trying to cross the Andes backwards, but the passes are closed, and I skipped the idea and go through Argentina. It's a very boring route. Then I come to Paraguay.
Yeah.
From Paraguay to Brazil, from Brazil to the French Guyana, Suriname, and on Guyana.
And have you run into a lot of bikers here? Because I mean, if I speak for myself, like France, Guyana, Suriname, you're, I think, the first one that I've actually met.
Yeah, me too.
Ah, okay. Yeah. So what is next? We're obviously waiting here to cross this river.
Next is my plan is to go to Brazil.
Yeah.
To Monaco.
Right.
And I fly from Monaco, do a little trip to Paraguay I do a little trip by plane.
Yeah.
And then for a week, and then I come back to Macau, and then I drive to Peru or Bolivia. I don't know exactly.
So great to meet you, man.
Yeah.
Ride safe. Keep that shiny side up, like we all try to do, but doesn't always work out that way. So
yes, that's an adventure.
Yes, exactly. And now together we're hoping that this ferry is going to move, because it's 10 o'clock in the morning. Apparently it goes every hour. There's one car on there. I think. I don't know. They're waiting for something.
We are sweating like crazy.
Yeah, it's very warm. At least there's a cloud right now, which is kind of nice. But anyway, there we go. Off we go to the other side.
Bye-bye.
Hey, Dorson, what are you doing?
I bring myself in the shadow.
Haha, there you go. There's a smart man. It's so warm, he's hiding in the shadow of the van. I'm joining Torsten. We're just a little too tall, so we have to kind of... Oh, actually, I think the ferry is moving, so now we're in the sun again anyway. Damn it.
We have too much Nordic style.
Yes, exactly. Across this really not that big river, but it's definitely a little deep to cross by bike without a ferry. Found a little hub in the middle of nowhere, about 300 kilometers in on this dirt road, and here you can buy some gas, and they have a general store. So we just took a little bit of a break, and now we're continuing on again that direction. 100 kilometers to go. The bikes are bouncing up and down. It's unbelievable. Kind of fun though. So here's my bike, 4-wheel drive. All the tires are getting pretty dirty. And here's Torsten with his license plates, reading them. Apparently that's not quite something of the current situation. So what do they say over about little angels on your shoulder? We just made a little stop here by the one tree that we found, and we came from that direction, and Torsten had already pulled over, and I was still riding on this side because you're right on the left side of the road in Guyana, and I was just about to follow, and then I heard some honking, and I stopped, and one of these taxi buses that they just fly here, within a few centimeters, flew right past me. And yeah, my bad, I had not looked in my mirror, but I mean, look at this road, there's nobody here most of the time. So the guy stopped, he pulled back, just asking if I was okay. I'm okay, it was just a close call. If I would have been forward 1 meter more, he would have hit me full speed. That would have been end of the trip, and who knows, maybe worse. So thank you. We can carry on. Right here we have one of these taxi buses. So this is quite possibly the worst road that I've done on this trip. I mean, not this part. This part is quite good, but some of the parts that we've had were so bad. And guess what? My shock has shockingly failed. It's been blown, so what happens, the oil's been leaking out of that, so every time I hit a bump, I start, it's the rear shock, I start going up and down like a yo-yo, and which makes it really difficult to get grip as well. And you can kind of see these little washboards here as well. At times when I'm trying to accelerate, it's just bouncing and not getting up to speed. So I gotta find a solution for that, but I mean, it's rideable, but I gotta be cautious because it's just getting up and down. A couple of times my rear wheel was in the air, and that's obviously not a good thing. Right, bouncing all the way. The bouncing is getting worse and worse and worse. Try speed bumps. But we are at the border, the exit for Guyana. So that's what we're doing right now. The aduana guys, the guys that have to check out the bike, I don't know, they just left. They just told us, hey, we'll be back in 10 minutes. So that's how it goes. Anyway, now we're gonna drive into Brazil towards Boa Vista, and I hope that I can find somebody there that can help me with my shocks, because this is quite dangerous. I'm just bouncing up and down. It's so hard to control the bike because I just can't get traction when it's doing that, when it's going up and down. So to make matters worse, I just discovered that one of the screws in my bike that should hold my frame together is gone. So that's obviously, I'm glad I found that out now, not during this grueling road we just did, but another problem to fix. So Torsten, where are we? Where are we now?
We are in Brazil.
Brazil! Da, 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 da. Okay, maybe we'll cut that out, but hey, let's go. so lucky that we did not have this yesterday as we did the road out of Guyana to Brazil. I'm not sure if you can see how hard it is raining. We'll be soaked in minutes. It's like a shower. Well, it's been an interesting day. My rear shock is gone, so it took me all morning to find another one that is now being shipped to Boa Vista. And I even found a mechanic that can actually put it on. So we're here for a few days, and then we can carry on again with a newer shock anyway. And you wonder why it's called Boa Vista? Well, because it's a pretty view from here. So I'm on the edge of Boa Vista. This is the river that we drove over yesterday to get into town. And this is basically the edge of the Amazon. It's so beautiful here. You can hear probably the frogs and stuff making a lot of noise. I can only imagine what it's like at night. But we're just gonna try to find a place where I can buy some food with a nice view, ideally. Who knows? Everything seems to be a little bit closed around this time of day. Maybe it's siesta time. My morning was consumed by finding a new shock. That's now in progress. So now I have time to chill and eat, maybe even drink a bit. So finally we found a good viewing point. So this is the Amazon River. Not really, it's called the Branco River. That is leading into the Amazon though. And there is that bridge that we crossed yesterday. And I think I might have spotted a restaurant that is actually open. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna walk over there, have a bite. I love BV. I kept wondering what BV meant because in Holland it kind of means corporation, sort of. And of course it means Boa Vista. Duh. So we're just checking out this statue in the middle of Boa Vista. And you might be able to check it out and notice that it actually is a mine worker, because there was a lot of mining going on in this town. There's the mine worker, hard at work in the middle of this big square. My hotel is at this square too. And that is the street we're walking into right now.